Friday. We're late, so people are probably like, "What are we gonna do?" I don't know. You'll be fine. We'll all be fine. It's fine. It's Friday. People say it all the time. It's Friday, isn't that great? But then I've been working weekends a lot, so I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore. And they're like, same. And I go, then what are you doing? But it's Friday, so hi, Bobby.
Hey Pat, how are you, buddy?
It's Friday.
It is. I'm sorry. I'm trying to set up our Instagram. It's
I
not
like
working.
people to dance
So,
around. They're like, it's Friday, Chaz and AJ used to go, it's Friday. And then sing a song. And I'm like, yeah, we know. You work 5 days a week and you get like 45 weeks off. Who gives a fuck? People that work Fridays are probably like, fuck you. And people that work have Mondays off are like, fuck off, Garfield. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. They're like, Garfield was fucking, all he cared was himself. That guy's a selfish dickhead. Some people love Mondays.
yeah, I think people say Garfield hated Mondays. Why do I sound like this?
What does that sound like? You sound fine to me.
Okay, hang on. There we go.
Garfield
Sorry.
hated Mondays because he had a job, I guess? I don't know. He didn't have Mondays.
No, it was because he had to have leftover lasagna. Like they made it fresh on the weekend, and Monday meant it was leftovers, so he couldn't have any.
But then he ate it
fresh
every
lasagna.
day. So somebody was making one a day because they weren't making like 7 of them on the weekend, were they? He was on a tray a day.
I gotta be honest, my Garfield lore isn't what it should be.
Well, I
I
just
should
know that
spend-
anytime I watched it, I mean, yeah, I guess the beginning Sunday comics, and you'd read it on Sunday, so like it wasn't Monday. But then when it became like cartoons when I was a kid, a little bit, every episode they wouldn't really talk much about it, but every episode he was wolfing down a fucking tray of lasagna. So
I really only remember one episode where they have Garfield land an airplane using pasta shapes as how to explain the levers to pull and stuff, and he manages to pull it off. And I think that was the inspiration for Ratatouille, if I'm being honest.
I don't know if that was the case.
That's what I've heard.
I thought the inspiration for Ratatouille was a guy in France who was cooking and there was rats in his kitchen. He said they helped.
What, every guy in France is the inspiration for Ratatouille all of a sudden now, Pat?
No, there was literally a guy. It was kind of nuts, but he said a rat would help him and point to the right spices and shit.
Oh, for
I
real?
think there's some kind of thing. Like like there was some lunatic guy, but he was like a brilliant cook, and they're like, or he was just lying when they're like, well, how do you come up with your recipes? He goes, a rat points to the fucking paprika.
um, I don't know, because I just feel
I
like
don't know
everybody in France
Sounds
has
like
rats.
horseshit.
What do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We're
why-
not
I don't
on
give a fuck
Instagram.
about
I don't know why nothing works. I'm sorry. I'm done
I'm
being
not-
distracted.
Who cares about Instagram? Instagram's a bunch of fucking lame boobs. Instagram's stupid.
Oh, nope. It says we're streaming there. Never mind.
Yeah, you're the best Instagram. Yeah, I was kidding. How are you? You're fucking great. You're fucking great.
How are you? How's work? You made it through orientation.
I don't talk
You
about
don't seem Chinese.
Orientation was days ago. It's been.
Oh, I just
I've
was
been
making a
working.
Chinese joke. I didn't.
Oh,
That's
okay.
all. I wasn't actually.
Yeah, I don't
asking
want.
about
I don't
work.
want to talk about work and my thing, and then people will go, "You're not a real comedian or podcast. You have a job." So we have to like fucking lie and say we don't have jobs.
Some of us don't. Some of us are looking actively. But anyway, what's
Assholes.
what's tickling your butt? What's number one in the news?
No,
for
first
you
of all,
today?
nothing. And if it even gets close, it's gonna get fucking knuckles. See, no one's ever tickling my butt.
You don't like that as the new euphemism for what's on your mind? What's tickling your
No.
butt?
But speaking of tickling butts, a new Abraham Lincoln documentary suggests ex-president had secret gay sex life.
Oh yeah.
Important missing piece of American history. We all knew about this, I think.
Yeah, everybody who works in the government's gay, right?
Well, I thought anybody in a log cabin was gay.
Dude, and when you mix the two, what do you get? A super gay. And that's what Lincoln is.
Yeah. We hear tell that a new documentary on Honest Abe posits that the 16th president was gay. I don't like they tried to write it like he talks. What's up, Chris? How are you, sir? I haven't seen you in a while. Promo copy for the new project, Lover of Men, the untold story of Abraham Lincoln reads, as told by prominent Lincoln scholars and never before seen photographs and letters, the film details Lincoln's romantic relationship with men.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
You could say we hear tell that it might imply he was gay, and the title of the book is Lover of Men.
Yep.
What was the fucking clue, guys?
First of all, I always like when they find like new footage. Where was this footage that it's not like they had a library of footage back then. And all of a sudden they found there wasn't even really footage. There was like a picture of him sucking a cock, like, and then someone was just holding sweet onto it. Like, what's going on?
We gave President Lincoln the first camera. Behold, the first motion picture. And it's just him blowing a dude. Oh, God, the humanity.
Yeah, he's naked with nothing but a stovepipe hat on, and it says Gabe Lincoln.
Oh, no. There was a porno of that.
Yeah, without a doubt. The movie delves into the history of human sexual fluidity and focuses on the profound differences between sexual mores of the 19th century and those we hold today. The film fills an important missing piece of American history and challenges the audience to consider why we hold such a limited view of human sexuality. Directed by Sean Peterson, the film explores Lincoln's deep ties into daring, dashing guys, and it includes interviews with historians from Harvard, Columbia, Brown, Wellesley, and Rutgers. One expert sums it up. Lincoln probably slept in the same bed with more men than he did with women. Thanks, guy. The topic is having a moment in pop culture. Comedic actor Cole Escola plays Mary Todd Lincoln in the new Broadway show Oh, Mary, which follows the weeks leading up to Lincoln's assassination. The wild show has been called by Variety unquestionably the funniest, gayest, campiest play Broadway has seen in years. To call something the gayest thing on fucking Broadway is nuts.
That's the opposite of winning the Special Olympics. That means you're the best of the best. I guess that's just the regular Olympics.
To be called the gayest?
The gayest thing on Broadway means you are the gayest of the gays.
Yeah, that's pretty gay. Because being a cat's gay.
Yeah, very gay. Especially when, how do you keep that tail in your costume? We all know.
Yeah, and then what was that movie where they had AIDS? That's gay. That play?
What was that, Philadelphia?
Rent?
Oh. Hairspray? Jesus Christ,
yeah,
Superstar?
A lot of them are gay.
Harry Potter?
It's not Broadway, I don't think.
The Bastard Son or whatever it's called? Yeah, unfortunately, it's on Broadway.
Oh, it does now? Okay. I don't know about The Bastard Son. The Post said of the show, Escola in Grandui's Wednesday Addams drag, what the fuck, brilliantly plays Mary as a raging alcoholic and bored. Why do I care about this play? In the show, the Post adds it's rare. I don't care about the play.
This feels like an ad for the play.
Yeah, it's like because the whole article for the fucking play. It's like, all right, so who's the piece of shit? I guess is it this article for trying to sell me on a fucking gay ass play? It's not Harry Potter and the Temple of Lube, Kevin. But hello, how are you?
It's a good one. And J.K. Rowling on the foreword is like, we wouldn't need lube if it was a real woman.
India Heine Jones in the Temple of Lube. Is it fucking people that want the history to be changed so bad with sexuality? Like, who cares? If it does come out that Abe Lincoln is gay, why do we care? Why is it for people to want to go, well, then it shows that gay people were the president and gay people were powerful. But being gay would have stopped him from doing all that. If he was gay in any way, he had to hide it. So therefore, he wasn't this guy that was like, you can't now own him as your gay queen and say, oh, he was this and that, whatever. He was the opposite of that. He was ashamed. It was something that could have ruined his life. So for you to now fucking glorify, in what? It was the piece of shit, the people that are just hoping he's gay. But what if Lincoln wasn't gay? Wouldn't that suck, Bobby, if you lived a life, you died, then 20 years later, people found stuff and went, oh yeah, gay. And you're like, you're dead, you're a ghost. And you're like, I'm not gay, but I can't say anything. Why is everyone just saying I'm gay? That's fucking weird. Is it the men that laid with Lincoln? Is it the women who wouldn't? He's Abe Lincoln. He was a tall drink of water, and he was fucking had a cool hat. He was a president. He freed the slaves, and he was strong, and he had a sweet beard. Fuck Abe Lincoln. Then he wouldn't have to go trolling for dude ass, whatever. Is it assassination? Because now that changes everything. Because if he's gay, the word ass is in there twice. And in. So like that's it. Twice. Is it being gay? Listen, I got no problem if you're gay, but stop trying to claim people that are not. It doesn't matter if they are or not. Just fuck your people and let it go. Who's the piece of shit?
Why does it matter if he's gay?
I don't know.
No. That's my genuine question, because I thought we were supposed to treat everybody equally and judge people as individuals and not judge groups based on how they act. So why does it matter? Like I saw somebody say,
why does it matter? Because gay people want to say we had a president. Gay people want to say that we have been prominent and powerful throughout history. Yeah, no, they're not though. Because then why can't we go to the parade?
But I thought we were the same.
We're not. Oh no, they don't ask for equality.
You're pointing out my you're hitting my point. I'm trying to make the point.
But to be fair, I don't. You're confusing gays with blacks. Because gays don't ask for equality. Gays always say that they're kind of better.
Well, then that's crazy.
Yeah, gays are never like equal rights.
I thought that's
like equal tights.
Okay. Yep. I thought that's what the whole movement was about.
No. It's about just saying, hey, we want to be gay all the time. Can't we just fuck all the time?
Well, then
we're like, no, we don't get to fuck all the time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Abe Lincoln, what? What did he write? Abe, as Anthony says, I don't care about what Anthony Cumia says. Who gives a fuck? That guy used to been fucking. Now he's over on Klan Central. No, I mean Lincoln sucked for pleasure. Hey, when the rumor goes around that comes out that Jesus was gay, that's been out there too.
Yeah, they make that joke all the time. Yeah, all of government is gay. The guy who started the FBI, gay. How did we start our government? A bunch of dudes hanging out in a room for months at a time. Gay. Like, the minute you stop stigmatizing stuff, people will let you move the benchmark. It's like you said, they're so loud and in your face. Like, they make everything that issue. I saw a buddy who's now in the Democratic Party of Pennsylvania tweet that they always go after the Irish Catholic presidents. And it's like, that's not why people are pissed at Biden. It has nothing to do with his Catholicism. Like
I didn't even know he was Irish Catholic. Yeah.
Well, the Catholics have something to say about that, and it's get the fuck out of our church.
I didn't even realize he was Irish. I'm saying.
I didn't either. Biden's not. But anyway, the point I'm making, like, it's not about that. It's about the other issues. Like, that's what we're remembering Lincoln for. He did a pretty big thing. Sorry, he's not your hero. He's other people's heroes. You know what I mean? Like, even if that was a facet of his life, it wasn't one he chose to make public, or that wasn't the battle he chose to make. So don't change his legacy. Let it be what he wanted it to be. It'd be like if when you got done, Pat, we clipped everything and we made it look like your whole career was spent fighting Stuttering John. Like, that's you responded to 2 out of the blue attacks from him. It wasn't really anything beyond,
right,
but that's what they're doing to him. That wasn't what you intended to do. You wanted to make a bunch of people laugh. So we're bastardizing what your goals and legacy should be by changing it for something that, sure, it may have been a smallest percentage of what he was. At the time, a bunch of people slept with dudes in beds. You ever hear about the Civil War? Not a lot of women fighting there. Guess where all the men were sleeping? Right next to each other.
Banging?
I don't know.
I hope not. That's
like you said, there's no movies at the time. It would be funny if Gettysburg was just the biggest gay orgy of all time, and that's what they lost people to, was just improper fucking.
It was Gettysburg.
No, Gettysburg.
Yeah, boom. What up, Rock Def Diva? What's going on? How are you? We got some fun ones in there today. Bobby, who is your piece of shit, though?
My piece of shit is anybody who's trying to claim, like, people make it clear what they want their legacy to be. So don't try to claim other people as your thing, right? Like, if he didn't step that out there, I thought, like, you weren't supposed to out your friends. You know what I mean? Like, I thought in the gay community that was a bad thing, or so, like, by doing that,
they're not his friend. They're mad at him because the 20-year-old gays keep saying that they're like fighting for something when they haven't already. That's the thing I feel bad for the old queens, the people that had to like be closeted and couldn't be themselves to get jobs and live life and lie and stuff. They did. They had to live a life a lie because they were going to be looked at a different way for a while. But these new gays are the ones who are like, just like they'll look back and go, Yeah, we just want to say that you should just be able to do whatever. It doesn't matter. We just want to out everyone. Everyone needs to have rights and do whatever. And so they don't care about struggles and battles. They just want to go. They just want to claim. So just like, yeah, Abe Lincoln. I don't know why he didn't just say it. He should have been allowed to say it. Like it's like, well, that wasn't a thing. No one even discussed. Like I don't even know if the word "gay" meant gay. Then there was worse words. Like it wasn't that, and it really wasn't even something in someone's mind. It wasn't like sexuality wasn't discussed ever. It's just not something you discussed. It was sacrilegious. Like literally, it was like you don't discuss. You lay with your wife and that's it. If you ever did anything even extramarital, you didn't discuss it, or you'd be like thrown out of your fucking town. Like so, like it's crazy that the gay people now are like, let's go back and just try to out and do whatever. Because they're not looking at them as friends, Bobby. They're looking at them as like, you should have been stronger, girlfriend. And it's like, that's not what they were.
I mean, yeah. And like,
it's fucking weird.
The best argument they didn't even discuss, which is if he wasn't gay and he was eating out Mary Tyler, then he wouldn't have been shot in the head. That's what you do at movie theaters, right?
Right. That's what you do. But
Oral
that
sex.
all be everything that we just said. That being said, my piece of shit is Abe Lincoln because he was gay. Because I have a theory.
Oh, shit.
I believe Abe Lincoln was gay, and I believe his wife was going to out him. She was going to say, this is not a good man. He's been cheating on me and laying with another man. That's why we're finding out about this stuff. It's a wife that, who else would have the knowledge of where he's laying? Who else would be able to like say something? Mary Todd Lincoln. Now, what happened was Abe Lincoln found out that people were going, that she called the press together, but she didn't say why. She said, all the local writers and scribes, please come to the log cabin around 3:30, 4 scores, and come on over, and then we will do a interview where Abe Lincoln has a big announcement. And he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to tell people I'm gay. So when they all got around and Mary Todd went to speak, and they went, you're a woman. Shut the fuck up. You're not allowed to talk, stupid. Get in the cabin. Make some cakes. So she walked away, and they go, okay, Abe, what are you going to say? And he goes, I'm freeing the slaves. And they're like, wait, what? He goes, yeah. The slave. You remember them? Fucking free. And everyone's like, oh shit. And then no one ever cared he was gay. Because he was just like, fuck it. That'll make him stop thinking about it. The blacks run around. Fine. Emancipation Proclamation. You don't think that's gay? It rhymes.
I don't know if he was gay. I think he was more autistic.
You don't buy that? I thought that was pretty good what I just did there.
No, I thought what you did was incredible, but I think the sad reality is my man loved Lincoln Logs. All right, that's why they call him that, because he loved playing with them. He rode trains. He wrote flowery speeches where he said
don't think that's why they called it that, by the way.
It's not? Because Abe Lincoln played with them all. It was because they shoved him up dudes' butts?
No, it's because he had a log cabin.
Oh. I thought he just really liked playing with them.
I don't think they had the toy yet. I think the toy came later.
Oh boy. He also likes saying some crazy shit though. Like he wouldn't just say normal things. Like he is like a normal person would be like 72 years ago. This asshole is gonna come out and be like 4 years ago.
Yep, and then you got to add a couple more scores if he's scoring with dudes.
Plus, I always get but those points are negative in our game, just so everybody playing at home knows. Just want to be clear. No lying next to men. But he also just, like, he needed to be strapped up like autistic people do with those heavy blankets. And no, that's not cool slang for a straitjacket. You know what I'm talking about, those weighted things that they sell.
Like that Chris wrote back then, Lincoln Logs were just called wooden cocks, but he put a W at the end and then thought somehow we wouldn't get it and then wrote wooden. Yeah, we got it.
Wouldn't get it, Chris.
What do you mean, wood-win cocks?
I mean, that's what Lincoln called him. I would win that cock. Right in my butt.
Boo. No. He's not the first gay president. George Washington was that. You weren't a white wig. Gay.
I mean, that's why I said that we know J. Edgar Hoover was.
I mean, he wasn't a president.
But he was like, he runs the government, his or anyway.
And he was way later.
You're so
John Quincy Adams, Quincy, gay.
You're so 1968 and late.
Yeah, 1960 late. Wait, what you got?
So actually, Abe Lincoln would probably be a fan of this woman. Do you know who Amber Rose is?
Yeah, I think so.
So she's the woman she dated Wiz Khalifa for a while, but
her. I confused her with the girl whose mom was fucking with her, and she had somebody kill him.
That's Gypsy Rose.
Okay, they're related.
Good point. Nope. Unless they have two very different fathers. Unless if
I'm kidding. Amber Rose is the stripper. I remember her being in the spotlight for a little bit. So I thought it was something to do with Kanye because it was Wiz Khalifa. My bad.
So no, you are right. That was the second point I was about to make. Her biggest claim to fame prior to this was she went public and said she put fingers in Kanye's booty hole.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, you nailed that. Yeah.
Finger the butt.
Well, Pat, if I gave you a guess, how would you say she's back in the news right now? Let me pull up a picture of Amber Rose for anyone who wants to see. I didn't get a chance to make a story of this one.
Oh, did he?
That's a great guess, and you would think so, but unfortunately not.
Oh, man.
Let me just pull this up right quick. Let's find a good one. Here we go. Actually, this is a perfect picture.
Oh, she's really Drake?
That would be a great guess as well. Unfortunately, this has nothing to do with Drake. This is going to break the internet. It's going viral right now as people are calling for the RNC to do things, but she endorsed
president.
She endorsed Donald J. Trump and is speaking at the Republican National Convention.
Amber Rose? Why would anyone care about that?
Rose. Why would people care about that? Well, Pat, she's a sex star. And I don't know if you know,
but he already had one of those and that got him in some trouble.
Right. That's part of why people are like, wait a second. The second thing is she goes very public about abortion and she's very supportive of abortion. So people are like, that doesn't really fit our standards. Pretty much everything she does.
It does, though. It does what he's been saying lately, though. It does fit because he's saying it's up to each state. So if she's from a state that's up for it, he's fine with it as long as the states are handling it and he doesn't have to.
Right. But you asked why people are mad. So I'm just listening to reasons.
No. I didn't mean why they're mad. I meant why people care. I'm sorry.
That's why they care, because they need a reason to be mad. Like it's the RNC. That's what the internet does. Half of it's them people who just truly strictly follow. This is what we believe in. They don't think for themselves even remotely. The other half's the left trying to rile up that group to get them to look stupid because their president's literally going to die. He's the train breaking down on the way to the finish line. We don't know.
Do most people know who she is, though?
She would not pass the grandmother test, but she would pass the mother test. Most mothers know her. She tried to become the new Tyra Banks for a while. Like, she tried to have a show on Fox News where she was a black voice icon. So, like, she went viral several times on there.
There you go. That's all I need to know. If she was on Fox News, then their people know, because then they're talking about her on her channel nonstop. Okay, so then that's fine.
Maybe not Fox News, but just Fox the station, like the TV, public TV. She tried to be like the next. This is the celebrity gossip. I'm the black icon. She wasn't trying to be like a news figure, but she was trying to be like a super.
Because I know a couple like big Fox News people, when they hear I like wrestling, they'll be like, "Oh, you know Tyrus?" And I'm like, "Well, he hasn't wrestled a long time." And that's who they know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I met Tyrus a few times. He was Skyping into a show while driving his car and just made the same points regardless of what question you asked him.
Nice.
Let's see. Where's my story about Miss Rose? Here it is. Amber Rose is stirring some controversy with her Trump endorsement in a move that surprised many of her fans and followers. That's the other part that's upset too. I forgot to explain. She was like, rap circle, you're gay. Like that kind of literally following in the Tyra footsteps of like talking about rap news. She tried to be this Black Lives Matter icon. It failed. And now she's done this pivot. So anybody who was a fan of hers is mad she's fucking with the RNC now too.
I know you're about to get the article, and I hate to keep cutting you off, and I apologize.
No, please.
I really just don't know much about her. Like, so she was a stripper, and how did she come to besides the sex things, How did she come to fame where we care what she has to say? Was she a speaker? Was she a rapper? Was there something where she was besides just sex story, and then all of a sudden we now have to care about her opinion? Why do we care about her opinion?
So I don't know how she got the TV show, but she had a TV show that was literally like daytime television. It was one of the 3 channels called the Amber Rose Show. It
Okay,
lasted
like
4
Montel,
episodes. Yeah,
stuff like that.
It's that idea. I don't know how she got to
Okay.
that point.
No, that's fine. I didn't know who Jenny Jones was till then. I didn't know who Montel was till then. Sometimes they find those people. That's all I need to know.
You know what? I'm not shitting on her for doing, like, God love her. You
got to pay her for that.
God would pay her. He did with that fat ass, as Chris pointed out. But so basically, she stirred a bunch of controversy. On May 20th, 2024, she posted a photo on Instagram featuring herself with Donald Trump and Melania, captioned Trump 2024 with American flag emojis. This post went viral quickly, eliciting a mixed reaction from her followers. Many expressed shock and disappointment, pointing out that seeming contradiction between her endorsement and her past advocacy for women's rights and social justice. Despite Donald Trump's recent felony convictions on 34 counts related to falsifying business records, Rose has doubled down on her support. She described the convictions as an injustice and suggested they might even boost Trump's popularity amongst his voters. Rose emphasized that her political shift came after years of extensive personal research and a belief that she had been brainwashed by left-leaning media for years. The backlash was immediate and intense. Critics pointed out the inconsistency for her support for Trump and her role as the founder of Slut Walk, a movement aimed at combating rape culture. Yeah, that's not a joke. And promoting SLUT, capital S, capital W.
Oh, I know how to spell
one word.
Walk.
One word, in case you're looking for a title of the episode. Commenters highlighted that Trump and his policies have often been perceived as contrary to the values she once championed. In response to the criticism, Rose argued that her support for Trump is based on his policies and her belief that he represents a better future for America. Rose's endorsement of Trump is seen as part of a broader shift in her political views. She has expressed disillusionment with the Democratic Party and the current president, Joe Biden, claiming that she now feels more aligned with conservative principles. Rose's transformation underscores a significant and controversial pivot. Who is the piece of shit in this story, Pat? And there's a bunch to choose from. Is it whoever chose Amber Rose to speak at the Republican National RNC, right? Like, on one hand, you knew it was going to create some drama. On the other hand, Pat, who else is talking at the RNC? We don't know, right? Like, we're not paying attention. This is what we're talking about. People are talking about the RNC. It's a good way to steal shine in a time where the best thing to do is just watch the other side fall apart. So it may be a good move. Is the piece of shit Trump? Like, he received a lot of criticism for claiming he was super Christian. His favorite book was the Bible. They asked him which testament. He said both. You know, the whole thing where is he a real Christian? Is he not? This woman doesn't represent Christian values, but at the same time, is she the piece of shit? Like, this seems to be a move that's done to create people talking about her. That's what she's done at every walk of her life. Her company's called Slut Walk, for fuck's sake. Actually, that's a better title. Slut Walk, for fuck's sake. That'd be a hell of a fundraiser.
Yeah, for whose sake? Fuck's sake.
But at the same time, is the piece of shit anybody who's mad at this and saying it's bad? This is what we're supposed to do as people. Grow, evolve, and change as you learn more information. If it turns out that she has been doing her research and she's grown, like, who are we to say that's a bad thing? That's what should happen. You shouldn't get a set of views at 14 and just stick with them until you die at 63. You should constantly evolve and learn over time, right? You should be This could be just her shifting. She's in the public eye, and she did so very bluntly. That said, we haven't really heard much from her in the time from her show getting canceled until now. So maybe she was at home doing the research. Maybe she got a political science degree. I hear they're not very hard to get. That said, is the piece of shit anybody who's mad? I already said that part. Who's the piece of shit, Pat?
Where did you get this article from?
It's trending on Twitter, and I researched a bunch of sources and compiled them together.
Oh, no, that's perfect. I wanted to nominate them too, because I just quickly looked it up on one of the real news things.
Mm-hmm.
The RNC has asked several quote unquote celebrities to speak. So Amber Rose herself is not speaking. She's one of many that will be coming up at a time. And she's not even like the top person, because the top person is, as I look here, is Dana White. Dana White will be speaking at the RNC.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's your big name there. And then, as it even says, then they went for females that cover all different genres. So they've got the wife of Chrisley. What's her name? Savannah Chrisley from Todd Chrisley, and Chrisley Knows Best.
Oh yeah.
Religious group. They were on their TV show.
No, I know
stuff
who
like
you're talking
that.
about. Yeah.
Cool. The wife, Savannah Chrisley's gonna speak. Amber Rose is also speaking, and then there was maybe a couple other lesser thans. So no, it's still a big story. It's crazy, and that would lead headlines. You're like, what is she doing there? But it's not. It's not like they were like, we need votes, so Amber Rose is speaking. It's a bunch of people speaking that are somewhat celebrities that they feel like. It sounds like what the RNC is doing, and I actually don't mind this. They're being very modernized, where they're doing what a lot of podcasts do now, where they're like, we want to try to draw in new groups of people. So we try to find other people with followings. They're basically looking for TV. They're looking for what we call influencers now, but that influencers that older people know who they are from TV. Chrisley group is one religious group.
Oh yeah.
Amber Rose is black women that speak their mind and stuff like that. Dana White is tough white men who are pretty conservative. We have guns. We like to fight, shit like that. So they're looking for different things. So the piece of shit isn't the RNC by going for a list of things. The piece of shit to me here is Amber Rose. Amber Rose is not going to say anything that anyone is going to like. She's not even the best stripper / porn star that could be there. Stormy Daniels speaking out now, yeah, she's not a fan of Trump. Would still be crazy if she's like, listen, I hate the guy. He even lied about fucking me, but you should vote for him.
We know she doesn't cost much money.
No, but it definitely is Amber Rose for saying yes to this, because this isn't going to be, what's up, Beely? This isn't going to be helpful. Dana White's going to be helpful. It's like when you did the Tom Brady roast, when you saw like some of the big names, and you're like, well, and then you got one sitting there that could be like Nikki Glaser. Now it worked out, and she stole the show. But when you saw the dais at first, you're like, why is Nikki Glaser there? This isn't gonna. I mean, we know she does roast, but yeah, she's gonna get lost in the shuffle with Hinchcliffe, Schultz, all these other bigger roast people. But she was there because they were trying to hit a demographic, and it worked. So I think that's what the RNC is doing, but she is not going to do well. She is not going to say anything smart. She will not. She's going to come off like an idiot. And if anything, I think that when she speaks, it's going to be a joke for the Democrats, whoever is going to be speaking at their things, to be like, oh, sorry, we couldn't get the lady who fingered Kanye's butt.
Honestly, I agree with you 100%. Amber Rose should have just waited for her opportunity and hit a home run with it. You know what I mean? Like, don't say anything about it. Don't take the pictures. You just wait and you pop up out of the blue.
Oh, see, I'm saying she should have said no. But yeah, I like your idea too, where she shouldn't even like. But once they put the names out, if I'm a reporter, I'm not going to talk to Dana White. He's not going to talk to me. I'm not talking to Chrisley's wife. I'm talking to the whore.
Right. 1,000,000%. But
yeah,
I'm agreeing with you. Either say no or you go, you don't announce it. I come out unannounced. Like I 100% sign a contract, but I just went in there. I just show up the day of, and then you almost turn that day into you. If you say something intelligent, because nobody's expecting you, nobody's expecting anything. You set yourself up to win. It's like if you did a guest spot at Madison Square Garden versus being one of the 13 comedians on Bert's festival at Madison Square Garden that's headlined there and announced. Like specific people are coming to see him, and him. People are they're like, you know what I mean? If people disliked you, they could create no, you come out unannounced, you kill it, and then the story gets out. Oh, Oates showed up and killed it. Like, it's a win-win situation. That's all.
I guess, but I'd much rather be on the bill.
Well, you and Amber Rose, I guess bald men all agree.
When you put it that way, yeah, I'd rather be on the bill because the bill's getting me paid. That's
fair too. But you get the point I'm making. Like, if you're making the same money either way or whatever, just don't announce it.
Well, I bet you they're not. If maybe part of this is she has to do the press and things because they want black people to say we got one. I mean, it's a weird one to choose. I don't know how black women feel about Amber Rose. They might think she's a powerful woman that's getting in with the millionaire men they like and speaks her mind and does whatever. I don't know shit about Tyra Banks much, but I know that some women loved her show and thought she was powerful and this, that, whatever. Women loved Wendy Williams for a while before she fucking like lost her shit and then didn't like her anymore. But usually the black women with talk shows, strong black women, usually single mom black women who like, I do my own shit, I'm my own girl boss, all that shit. Love people like that. Maybe she's the girl boss to these people, and maybe they all this is a move you and I don't know as fucking white men.
I'm interested to see what she says. Like, here's the thing. I think we are all supposed to grow. I think it's dumb if you don't let your life experiences change your perspective. If this is legit, and let's be honest, it doesn't feel like it is. It feels like it's in her wheelhouse to do whatever it takes to get talked about. But if it's truly legit, that's a sign. That's a good sign for America. Like, all kidding aside, that's what this is supposed to be about. Like, you speak your side, I speak my side, and I start to realize, oh, you've got some points. You go, oh, and we meet in the middle. Like, that's how it used to be. No, but I'm saying if that happens, if this is legit, that's a celebrity willing to be like, hey, I'm changing. I learned some new things. And if that happens enough, then you do start to change the speech of America. Plus, I think it's a good move by the RNC. Remember when they made fun of the dude for yelling at a chair? Now we've got, what's his name? Clint Eastwood's going to fight George Clooney at the next YouTube boxing match over who gets to be president. Like, no, pick some new people. Pick some fresh faces, and at least people will talk about you. The image of the Republican Party is old people getting yelled at. Like, right? Like, it's just a bunch of old people. Like, let's mix it up, see what happens.
I would like it if she came out and she goes, you gonna vote for a man who be sniffing? I wouldn't let him sniff me, and I'm a whore. And everyone's like, yay, like, that's it.
I hope she comes out and goes, back in 2012, Vice President Biden's son, Hunter, paid me $150,000 to finger his booty hole, and he came hotter than Kanye. And that was the whole speech.
And then people would be like, all right, we figured. Like, we so don't care about Hunter anymore. They don't care. Oh, by the way, there is a quote of something she did say, Amber Rose. She said, mm-hmm. She said that.
She does. That's her go-to phrase.
Mm-hmm. And that's just because her mouth's full of jizz, though.
So impressive. People have forgiven her for what she did to Seal's face.
Mm-hmm. Black. What do I want to do? They're both weird ones. Okay. I don't really have funny ones. I have like ones that could start conversation, though. You want tranny or murder?
Murder.
Okay.
Wait, can I combine the two? That's my favorite.
No. Bloody maniac allegedly decapitates parents and their family dog. Yup. I usually don't go for anything with death, but when a guy kills a dog, I want to shit on him. Yeah. I'm not even really a dog guy. I just don't like that it's there. Mm-mm. A bloody maniac. By the way, they just keep putting quotes around the word bloody, so I'm saying it like the bloody, because they're saying bloody. Like, we'll find out. Maybe he's not bloody. A bloody maniac has been arrested after his elderly parents and their family dog were decapitated at their home in California. Brandon Girdville. That sounds like a guy who would murder people, because I'd be so mad my name was Girdville.
Yeah, he's had a rough life.
41. He faces 2 counts of homicide in the murders of Antoinette Girdville, 79, and her husband Ronald Girdville, 77, whose mutilated bodies were found in a horrific scene, again with quotes. They're using lots of quotes in this article, in San Juan Capistrano, according to the Orange County Sheriff's Department. The suspect was identified as the victim's son, according to KTLA. They show a picture of him, and he's like, ah! Like, that's his picture.
No. They picked a picture of him where he looked angry. Now, Pat, I can't help but notice these two have the same name as him.
That's his parents. As I said, it's his son.
Oh, I thought he killed a family and the family's dog. I didn't realize.
No, he killed his parents and their dog. That's why I'm doing the story.
Oh God.
Yeah, because he likes to murder that guy. Yeah, he's a fun guy. That guy, and he also in this picture is shirtless. So whatever picture they took, it wasn't a good time, but they really shouldn't have. Like, it's one of those ones they should have deleted. Like, oh, we'll hold this, and hopefully one day when he murders,
this is what they go with.
But I'll send it to you because you can also look at the background. It looks like somebody's laying down in a bed behind them, which I kind of like. That person didn't realize that their foot was going to be in the picture that's going to be used for murder. Deputies responded to the couple's residence in a mobile home park on Alapez Street around 7:30 a.m. What? In a mobile home? This guy? Come on. July 9th, there's reports of a domestic incident. By the way, quotes, domestic incident. I don't know what's going on here. Officials said. Police investigators described the scene of the killing as horrific, with quotes, as both victims were mutilated, according to the Los Angeles Times. Quotes, in quotes. No, I'm kidding. Moments later, law enforcement also received reports of a man covered in blood chasing the maintenance worker from the same San Juan Mobile Estates community where the grisly killings occurred. Dude, that would suck. You're just the maintenance guy in a fucking mobile home place, and all of a sudden you're in a chase. I don't want to get chased ever. I am way past the days of being chased. I don't want to get decapitated either. But man, if somebody's chasing me, I know I'd laugh. Even though it's murder, I'm like, well, I'm fleeing.
Yeah, no, that's nuts. I
Just
also
running away.
God, like you've seen some horrific shit. You're the maintenance guy in a trailer park. Like you've seen some. So they're like,
Yeah,
they're gonna be like
in San Juan.
yeah, and they're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be rough. And you're like, they're like, trust me, it's rough. So you go in there and oh God, how do you ever sleep again?
Hello, Terry, and also good call on the Let's Go Brandon chant. Girdville has reportedly stolen the maintenance worker's golf cart, was attempting to flee in a golf cart. He cut off people's heads. He's like, I'll get out of here with this. I only took the governor off at least. Orange County deputies located Girdville on a golf cart along a bike trail near Cal Arroyo and shot the suspect. Oh, they shot him.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
they couldn't just stop the golf cart.
they were aiming for the tires, but those things, they're so small.
They just put a golf ball in front of it. Or put like a very attractive high school girl serving drinks, and he would have pulled over and been like, I would like a whiskey soda, please. Girdville was struck multiple times and taken to the hospital in critical but stable condition. Authorities said Girdville, who lived in the community with his parents, is still in the hospital. He'll be booked on 2 counts of homicide when he's medically cleared. They added that Girdville will likely face additional charges. Neighbor David Desmond said he saw Brandon fighting with his father the day before. He described to Fox 11 how the younger Girdville was in his face, quote unquote, and looked angry, quote unquote. Dude, it's fucking wild how they're using quote. They could just say this. I mean, the blood, this part, yeah, it's kind of a quote, but when you're saying he's bloodied, it wasn't a quote. They're just kind of going, I guess he was bloody. I don't know why this person is writing like this. Another neighbor, Bob DeMario, also claimed Brandon, quote unquote, had a drug issue. What? That guy does drugs? What?
I can't share the picture for some reason, but he looks like he just did a rail of coke.
Yeah. That's why he lived there, and they kept him there, he added. Brandon also made several unhinged posts about Jehovah's Witnesses. Stop knocking on my fucking door.
Or were they pro? The only way we can save the future is if we all turn to Jehovah's Witnesses.
They're pro. I don't think they'd be called unhinged. Shared dissonance music on YouTube. What's dissonance music? Including one on Monday titled Shots Fired and another named Pope on a Rope with a picture of the Pope being hanged. Is he still on YouTube? Can we follow this guy?
Dude, you think he wants to start a network?
Brandon yeah. They offered him 1/10 of what he wanted.
Or a subscription based.
I hope that guy makes fun of Stuttering John and John goes to his trailer home to fucking yell at him and fight him.
Breaks his jaw.
Others described the family as friendly and quiet. The lady that lived there walked her dog all the time in the neighborhood. Tammy Pavese said everybody knew who he was. A motive is not yet clear, and the police investigation into the slayings is ongoing. The police officer's shooting of the suspect also remains under investigation. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is this guy for fucking being nuts and murdering his family and fucking killing her dog? And then, weirdly enough, stealing a golf cart and trying to get away and then getting shot like a fucking idiot. Isn't the cops were shooting him? I know they had to stop him. I know he's had a murder weapon and everything like that, but you could have stopped without shooting him multiple times. You know what I mean? That's what they say they're investigating that. Is it the parents? Everyone's saying they were nice people. What the fuck's up with your kid? You know what I mean? He's not even a kid. The guy's like 41. He's fucking running around loose with a cutting off, and they cut off their heads. Is the dog? I'm not trying to be a dick, but you're a dog. You can't defend the people that fed you all the time. You get fucking chopped up. Do something. This guy's not a wily athlete. The guy has to take a golf cart to get away from people. Is it the mobile home mechanic guy who fucking somehow gets in a fleeing chase with this guy, but somehow gets away? You get away, and you have to go back to that job. Quit your job. The day I get chased by a murderer is the day I don't work at that job anymore. Who is or is it the fucking New York Post that wrote this by quote unquoting fucking everything that I fucking read? Fuck you. Who's the piece of shit?
It's the New York Post, but not for their ludicrous use of quotation marks. Don't worry. Like, I agree. That's as infuriating to me as it is to you, but that's not why.
Luda.
We don't know the story here. Like, yes, as you described it, Brandon is a horrible human being, and he would absolutely be the piece of shit in this story. However, did you hear an eyewitness testimony?
Yeah, not from the murder, but from the aftermath.
Right. But my point I'm saying is, how do we not know? So the day before, we heard a quote. The day before, Brandon and his dad get in a fight. Brandon's a 41-year-old stud, right? He's all in his dad's face, angry. How do we not know that the dad didn't kill the dog next to get back at Brandon? Brandon witnessed that, and that was the snapping point. He was like, you named me Goebbels, you just killed the family dog, and then he took the knife and then killed them both. Like, we don't know the chain of events.
They didn't name him Goebbels. His last name was the shit. His name was Brandon. He had a regular name.
Let's go, Brandon. Did Monk show up and do this yet? Was there Old Yeller? Like, who knows what these people did? We don't know all the details. So yes, it does seem like this dude snapped and he's a piece of shit. The parents probably could have prevented it. So could have, real doctors. But as of now, we don't know that. We don't know what went down. Maybe there was a third party that's just mysteriously disappeared. It was the guy who killed OJ's wife. We don't know the details. And until
maybe the same guy.
That's what I'm saying. I think, or his son. Oh my God. They were remade Beverly Hills Cop that remade OJ. And it was this poor Brandon white boy in a trailer park. It was also on a much smaller budget than the original. So for me, the piece of shit is the New York Post. Yes, this is a horrific detail. Just put out a death story. Everybody's dead. Like, there's no need to even be on the lookout for some dude running around who may have cut off. Like, just people are died. Make the death announcement and move on.
I think he makes some promising points. I think Terry makes a promising point that the mechanic, maybe he fixed the AC. That's what happened. They were just hot.
And I need more details about this mechanic. What's his background? Is he from England? They slash people a bunch there.
Clownface is saying that if he was getting chased, he would just start shooting. Yeah, I don't know. This guy was carrying. I don't mean, California's tough to pack in. You know what I mean? Like, so
I hear they love to party.
Yeah, it loves to party. To me, the piece of shit is Brandon, the murder guy, but not because of his murder. It's because of who he murdered. You don't murder your own parents because no matter what, then when you try to plead insanity, they go, well, parents have obviously records of you not being insane the entire time. I know he killed them, but family gets involved in all that. When you kill someone else's parents, and then your parents are like, he was a good boy, he just really had problems with this and this, and then people are going, well, if he was good with them and bad over here, maybe it's psychological, so therefore he gets put in a better type prison thing for the rest of his life than he's gonna be put in. Kill other people's parents when you're going to decapitate people. When you take off your own mom's head, there is no chance you ever see the light of day ever again. And then a dog on top of it, now you're going to start some John Wick shit? Are you fucking kidding me? Because someone else walked that dog. Someone else, they were 71. They said the mom walked the dog sometimes. I bet you there was a guy who walked that dog and thought, like, in his will, he was going to get that dog. And that guy's probably got a basement full of fucking guns. And he's going to come out swinging. He's going to call up fucking John Leguizamo and fucking start firing away at people. So you be on the lookout
Leguizamo,
for
who's going to
John
track him
Wick.
down?
Leguizamo. Pat, as a parent, is biased? My kids wouldn't cut off my heads.
That'd be a lot of work.
But by me being a parent, I'm saying that if a guy wants to kill people, he shouldn't kill his own parents, and therefore he could kill me. I'm a parent.
That's a good point, too. I didn't think about that. I don't think you're biased. I think that's a valid point. I do think as a parent, you understand the responsibility that is there to support your kid, too. And that even if you saw this horrific act, you'd be there by their side. I like that.
Right.
Now, Pat, do you want to mix it up and do something light, like basketball versus, or would you like to do something light that's a follow-up to something I tried to do yesterday that I prepared a little better today?
I'd like to do basketball for good.
I'm glad you chose it. You would think by like a month in.
Hold on, real quick. Was I, Z. I was also trying to be funny. I responded to your thing. I don't want anyone to kill me. I don't think someone. I really don't. I mean, I guess I have to say this on the podcast. I don't think anyone should kill anyone. I don't think you should go kill other people's parents. That's not a real thing.
Sometimes God does that for you.
Yeah, and so does cancer. Cancer.
Who has
one more time?
Cancer. Do you know who Faith Ordway is?
Nope.
That's the wrong story. I'm an idiot.
Gay OnlyFans leaks. Now we're doing this.
No, we aren't.
No.
Boom, look at that speed. All right, I'll go back. Hang on. Where'd it go?
Yeah, we might as well do gay, and we'll go back to Jaylen. Now you got me.
So we talked yesterday about Sketch. Remember, and we all thought he was special needs.
Yeah,
not yesterday. Yeah, that was Wednesday.
That was Wednesday because I heard about it Wednesday night in an open mic. A comic talked about it, and he broke he broke part of the story you didn't break.
Oh, what part was that? Because
it was Black Dick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it came out that he was taking BBC, and then whatever the quote is he says all the time, the comic was saying that while pretending to take Black Dick.
What's up, brother?
Yeah. He was turning to the black guy and going, "What's up, brother?" Oh, okay, brother. Like the guy was actually not bad for the guy doing it, and I was like, I get the joke now because I was part of the show.
Okay, good. That actually makes me feel like I didn't completely waste my time. Let's share this tab instead.
I mean,
this is his girlfriend.
Whose girlfriend?
That's Sketch's girlfriend. The guy we all thought was retarded. This isn't her best picture.
I can't see her that well, but like she looks all right.
All right. Well,
and he was famous, right?
Yes, but she spoke out, but if he was just famous and that there wasn't real feelings there, she wouldn't have said this.
No, I don't mean that way. I just mean like famous people do get to meet hot women and then they date. So
that's a good point too. The news cycle surrounding Sketch has been hectic. The Madden streamer has been a talking point for celebrities bigger than him and in different fields than him. DJ Academics dedicated part of his July 10th stream to explaining why Sketch's controversy is actually good for business. Well, we beat you to the punch, DJ Academics. The streamer admitted that he previously had an OnlyFans account in which he performed sexual acts with other men. The wide range of opinions on that topic, however, is what makes it nice to hear from someone who actually knows Sketch. His girlfriend. Faith Ordway, a social media influencer, addressed the Sketch OnlyFans leak via TikTok. She assured the fans that nothing has changed between her and Sketch, regardless of what information has come to light. I have no opinion, Ordway explained. Nothing has changed whatsoever. Sketch is still Sketch. He's still a person that you watch and love, and that I love and I know. The influencer also clarified whether she has seen the OnlyFans leaks for herself. She stated that she's avoided them because she feels like it doesn't concern her. I've steered clear from doing a deep dive, she added, because it's just not my business. The reactions from fans have been varied, which is something that Faith Ordway also discussed in her TikTok. There's obviously a large amount of hate going his way. This is obviously a little bit of a curveball for people, so they're soaking it up. and it's been blowing out all over the place. The good news, however, is that Sketch has also received widespread support from the Twitch community. Ordway is confident that his career will continue to thrive moving forward and relieve that Sketch is, quote, safe, end quote, at the end of the day. Ordway wrapped up the TikTok by trying to explain what Sketch has gone through. She noted that very few people will understand what it is like to have so many eyes on them, especially when something personal comes to light, like OnlyFans leaks. Send him love, she urged viewers. Don't say hurtful things that you might think are funny. Given what Sketch himself said about the fallout of the OnlyFans reveal, this point is especially important. Pat, who is the piece of shit in this story?
Terry Nee. That's our show. It's Terry Nee. He's a piece of shit. And that is doppelganger. I'm better looking. Fuck you.
Well, then wouldn't you be his or wouldn't he be anyway?
No, I'm me, and he's a fucking other guy.
The hottest
Terry Nee's
under the
a chicken.
sun?
I don't look at other chickens and go, "What that is that Terry Nee's doppelganger? A fucking gay chicken? A rubber chicken?"
So is it Sketch? Not Scorch, Sketch. What's up, brother? For letting his girlfriend talk, like taking the heat for him and kind of coming out and being like, rally for this guy. It's nice she did that. I don't know. It doesn't say she's a star in her own right. Like she has a daily show where people are asking her about it, but it is nice to see her kind of come to his side and support him. Is it the people like DJ Academics who are pointing out the clear obvious that it's actually a good thing in the long run and it'll open them up to a lot of brand deals and things like that? Is it this clearly biased article I just read you that makes it seem like Sketch is good and there's nothing bad about lying about that stuff? Is it the woman for lying? Pat, we'll throw it to you first.
To anyone who cares, it goes to the Lincoln thing again. You know what I mean? Like, why do we care if he's gay? He's some fucking YouTube guy that's autistic, is what I've learned in the last couple of days. He goes, he plays Madden, and he does.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, it sounds pretty gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's I'm playing this football game because I can't play real football. Whatever. It's like, you know, what's up, brother? That sounds gay and tight. If a guy walked by me and said, "What's up, brother?" when I was in high school, I'd be like, gay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I would just think that guy was
absolutely.
Gay.
Kind of his appeal. I know you haven't seen him. Just kind of his appeal is that he like autistic rambles like I do sometimes when you're trying to give a concise point and I break up your flow. But he does that with insults and sometimes like 1 out of a million hit. He's like an open micer who's got 30 jokes he packs into the 3 minutes and 3 hit and he goes, "I'm the best." But some people like that, like inability to shut that off. Sorry, I didn't mean to
so why do I care if that guy had sex with a man?
I'm kind of happy for him.
No, but why do I care? Why do I care he has a girlfriend? Why do we care? Like, if you watch him for doing his fucking playing Madden and saying jokes, then if he sucks a cock or eats vagina, it doesn't matter. If you liked Abe Lincoln as your favorite president when you were a child because you liked to wear the hat and the beard, it doesn't matter if he laid with a man or laid with a woman. It doesn't fucking matter. And we have to stop making it fucking matter. I don't care. It's not a controversy. It's not going to help. It's not going to hurt. It doesn't do that. Matt Rife's the ultimate example of how thinking that you have to sway people one way or the other will make your opinion better. It's always going to backfire. Because Matt Rife was like, "I don't want women to like me anymore. I want tough men." And men were like, "We don't want to. You can't just do something and pretend now." And he lost everybody. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not still doing fucking quite well. I mean, most people don't give a fuck if they like him. I'm just saying that the opinion of him changed from what it was when he was selling out everything. You're not really hearing about the end of the tour now, what it's selling.
Exactly.
It doesn't fucking matter to think that this guy now is going to have a new, bigger audience. That's wrong. He's going to have a different audience. Because why? Because there's idiot homophobes who are going to go, "I can't watch it now because he's gay." There's other people who are going to literally go like, you know, "I'm going to watch it now because he's gay." But gay people aren't going to like an autistic guy making jokes while playing Madden. That's not for the gays. That's not a show they're going to watch. So it's not going to help nor hurt. It's just going to move. It's the girlfriend. You can come out and say what you want. So what? You didn't know the guy was taking some dick. Whatever. He was still cheating on you. I don't know why you're being supporting. He cheated
No. This came out prior to them dating. Like, this happened before he got famous. Like, so basically,
so he's taking some dick and now he's dating her. This is a long time ago. He took dick. Oh my God, who gives a shit? There's real news out there. We care about a guy named Sketch getting fucked in the butt a while ago. Who gives a shit? Holy fuck. He was probably molested. That's probably the story. He's a guy named Sketch and he's autistic. He likes video games. Here, you want this new game? The new game is my hand's inside you. He's like, okay, brother.
With how much scat I heard he caught that day, it should be Sketch.
Abe Lincoln was a tall drink of water. And Z, I think he's autistic. I can't put it up because you wrote the word, but I think Bobby said he was autistic and not. Hello.
I actually do care about this, Pat, and I think it's
I'm not saying you don't care about the story, but you care that he's gay?
No, not that he's gay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do we care that he's gay? Who gives a fuck about?
Here's why I care about the news that just broke, though, because I'm pretty sure it's CIA. Sketch has been compromised.
You think everything's CIA?
No, dude. We literally had the president of the United States last night go, president of the Ukraine, Vladimir Putin, and then Vice President Trump. That's why I chose him. Like, the only way to get that out of the news cycle is to break the news that this guy who it seems like everybody could love and didn't have any secrets had some gay secrets. So for me,
they're not in the same news cycle. I know what you're saying, and I like the joke, but like they're not in the same news cycle. I pay attention to political stuff. I only hear about Sketch from you. That's not on Fox News. That's not on CNN. That's not in those news cycles.
No, but it's getting young kids off of it so they could still. That's what they're pulling for the Democrats.
Young kids were only watching Trump and Biden to make jokes about when they say dumb things. It's not in their cycle. It's in your Twitter feed. And I get that, but I don't know if the CIA gives a fuck about getting you off your Twitter feed.
I don't know. For me, they're always the piece of shit. But.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's just that you like to add the CIA to almost everything you can, which is fun.
They are the piece of shit sometimes. And I would say in this Sketch story for sure.
I don't think they're doing half the shit you say. I think that they've shut down doing fun things. CIA is literally in everything. They have literal agents in the media, operation. Yeah, dude, we all know. You didn't break something, butt-hearted. Everyone knows that the CIA is involved in stuff. That's their fucking job. Why is everybody always like, oh my God, the CIA's got their nose in this and they're looking at this. They're probably behind this. Yeah, their job's to be knowing all this shit.
Yeah, but they're not. That's literally not. It's not supposed to be done on American people. They're supposed to manipulate other countries, not its own people. That's what.
You're a YouTuber. You're not American. That's YouTubing and American. That's a whole different fucking thing. That's a YouTube country. Once you're on there and you're making all your money from fucking online. That's like when you gamble and you're like, I didn't gamble in Vegas. I gambled in the international waters because you fucking said online. You know, it's the same shit.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, there you go. Fucking gay Sketch, which by the way is the worst kind of improv.
Yeah, I mean all improv is kind of gay.
Yeah, but gay Sketch is the worst sketch. All right. Well, now we gotta. Oh, I don't want. Why am I going to this? Don't put me at this. Okay, there we go. Detransitioner describes agony of pregnancy after changing to male as a teen. Makes me feel like a monster. By the way, like and subscribe. On June 3rd, Prisha Mosley, 26, gave birth to a healthy baby boy via C-section. That doesn't seem remarkable for a young woman of childbearing years, but until about 2 years ago, Mosley identified as a fella. In her fruitless attempt to change genders, she pumped her body full of testosterone. At 18, she had her healthy breasts removed and was left with a mangled and scarred chest. Her hormones were, I don't know why I want to read like this, but it says more. Her hormones were and remain wildly out of whack. In fact, when Mosley, who has detransitioned, saw a doctor because she missed her period, she laughed when he asked her if she could be carrying a child. Sure, she was in a relationship with her boyfriend, but she assumed she was infertile. By the way, if you're wondering, not a good-looking woman. I still can't believe I got pregnant, she told me. I still can't believe he's healthy.
And I still can't believe it's not butter.
I can't believe you would pretend to be a man, then fuck a man.
It's just gay with more steps.
It's the gay we all want. It's the gay that people fucking talk about. I've got a fetus and some boobs, but my tits are mangled and they've got scars. That's our new song. But this miracle did not come from the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. No, without a myriad of complications and medical unknowns, Mosley is in uncharted waters, a first of a small group of detransitioning women who became mothers. I hope they have meetings on Tuesdays.
Oh, they start fighting mad. They're like, you're against drunk driving. You think that's bad? This is what's really bad. We're mad. Mothers against tranny transitions.
Yeah. Mothers against dummy dicks. Medical interventions such as cross-sex hormones can affect fertility, and Mosley started using testosterone when she was still developing. Every single thing that happens with the female body, especially when they are carrying and birthing a baby, has a purpose, said Mosley, adding that her body's mechanisms were greatly affected by testosterone. Oh, they showed a picture of her when she was a fella, and then she had her shirt off, and she just has this stupid little hair on where her scar tits are.
After being that I wish you saw.
Oh god, I don't know why that got me so good. I can see Anthony Kiedis singing that. Under the bridge, your whore and your tits went away. After being essentially experimented on by doctors under the guise of gender-affirming care, she's now sharing raw, intimate details about her unexpected but very fraught path to motherhood. I could go on and on about how tremendous that weight is, Mosley, who is now an independent women's forum ambassador. Oh, unemployed? Said of speaking out. But what's worse is that it can happen to other people. The pain of imagining that someone else could feel or experience what I am experiencing makes the pain of being a public case study numb. It doesn't compare. No one came and saved me when I was little. No one told me the truth. Sadly, Mosley now knows the truth. It hurts. Her body has been ravaged. She says her liver is big, her insulin is high, her uterus, bladder, and vagina atrophied. Her hormone imbalance caused the baby to be big, and her hips were too small to deliver vaginally. My muscles were used to carry a baby in ways that my hips couldn't accommodate. I am in so much pain. As she notes, there is no standard of care for detransitioners. I think my phone got mad at me talking about this and fucking skipped them. Hold on. She said in a short Kelsey Bowler documentary, Prisha Mosley, a detransitioner's pregnancy journey, which we probably should watch on Patreon. Simply don't know how to treat her. It's not good news, but it's honest news, said Mosley, adding her previous doctors and therapists who treated her for gender dysphoria were so sure in removing her breasts and pumping her with testosterone. It was promise. I fully believed it became because I needed to. I didn't transition because I was having a good time. There was no neuroscience to change my brain, so I had to edit my body. Mosley's gender confusion started at a young age when she discovered gender ideology online. She was suffering from severe anorexia, anxiety, and borderline personality disorder, and reeling from a sexual assault at 15, which resulted in pregnancy and a miscarriage. I like saying it like, what's the guy from Simpsons? Like, when Phil Hartman would do the voice.
The narrator, yeah.
Yeah. Her eating disorder stymied her both emotional maturation and physical growth, specifically in her hip area. At 15, she was socially transitioned to male, and at 17, she started testosterone injections. A year later, she had a double mastectomy, performed by a plastic surgeon in North Carolina.
Which led to scar titties that I wish you saw. From curves to
Flee-
lines, the battle's raw.
Fleas in the background. Bow, 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 bow. Then motherhood was the last thing on her mind. After living in the trans community for a few years, she realized in therapy that gender was not her issue. She detransitioned and is now suing 8 of her medical practitioners, alleging they misled her into pursuing medical procedures and interventions that have turned her into a patient for life. Mosley is particularly haunted by removing her breast. She now has painful rocks that have formed under her chest, or what her doctor says are milk masses stuck under scar tissue with no outlet because her nipples were reattached and are merely decorative.
Decorative
Look at
titties.
your decorative nipples.
Decorative nipples, milk can't withdraw.
Oh, it's like she goes, you can go to like Lowe's and Home Depot and get like decorative fucking hardware for your cabinets. She's like, I'll take those nipples, the ones with brass on them that say "Mama's not here."
Don't pull too hard; you'll strip my nipple connection.
Yep, they're not real tits anymore. They're just door knockers. That's all these are. Boom, boom. Oh man. My doctor said some breast tissue was not removed, and I have milk coming in as a response to prolactin. Instead of soft pillow for her baby, her chest is hard. So high. It makes me feel like a monster. I put him on my chest and I don't feel him. Oh man, that kid's gonna have a good time. Mostly relies on donor breast milk, which she says has been integral to her son's development. He spent the first few days of his life searching for things on my chest that doesn't exist. All he did was throw up. Yeah, because he's like, my mom's got man tits.
Oh, kid.
My... Oh shit! He's of course he's throwing up. He's like, "What the fuck did I do? How did I get out here?" Holy shit! The only thing that stopped it was the donor breast milk. She said. Mostly, it was also helping to raise her boyfriend's daughter. Would love to have more kids, but it's also reasonable to think I can't survive another pregnancy. She said. And yet motherhood, which she describes as physical agony, but emotionally fulfilling, has brought unexpected healing. I had to become a home for someone else to let my body become a home for me. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Mosley? Hey, you're a guy. Stop letting people come in you. Case closed.
No, legs closed.
Put it in your butt. You're a dude. Haven't you learned from Sketch and Abe Lincoln? Butt stuff.
We are getting
A sentence never said in the history of the world. Haven't you learned from Sketch and Abe Lincoln? Is it her boyfriend for coming in her? What are you doing? This is a really confused person. Yeah, she's telling you she's got hormones, but you're Sarah, a guy. She's dressed like a guy, but she's she's not a guy. She's a lady parts. But you know that her body's all fucked up. Pull out, blast her in the stupid head like you're supposed to. That's your thing. Is it this kid, this baby? This baby's gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is fucking when this documentary that's out, when kids in school find out about this documentary, lunch is over.
What documentary? Bowling for Soup 2? Or Bowling for Combine 2? After his kid, obviously, that's the path you go down, right? He's either going to be the world's greatest MMA fighter, or we're going to hear about him in about 12 years.
Rocks for pillows, the tit story, whatever the fuck it was. Is all these doctors for going, I don't know, I think you're fine. I don't know. You're a guy now. Don't fucking worry about it. Yeah, it's almost like we're not supposed to do this. It's almost like this is not operations we should be doing and fucking with the biology of people to the point where you're changing their physical thing. Yeah, let their minds think what they want to think. Want to think you're a pony, be a fucking pony. But don't get pony parts because they're not going to fucking work. You're not a pony. Who's the piece of shit?
It's the doctors, but not the ones you mentioned. I think ZZ hit a home run. Like, who goes as a medical professional? Oh, hey, you just got raped and had a miscarriage. Hey, have you considered becoming a man? Like, there's more to play out there. You can't call yourself a medical professional and then lead to those steps.
I don't know if they asked. I do like his post. I'm not wrong, but I don't think they were like, you got some options here. I think she was probably like, I don't want this to happen again. I'm gonna be a man. And then the doctor's like, nah. And she's like, I got money. He's like, all right, here's your dick and your fucking chest.
Yeah, that's my point. Don't call it like. There's a reason why real doctors can't just go to a community college and start practicing in 30 days and then get to make recommendations. Like, the mental health community has such low standards. And it's all based off of recommendations. Like, your therapist has one psychologist who probably works for their practice that can prescribe the medicines because they actually went to med school. And then that guy would make the recommendation based off of the person who went to community college for 30 days and has the same certificate that from Trump school that everybody goes was fake, that's now able to counsel you, is making decisions that are fucking up people's life down the road. We're learning about this now. I know we joke here, haha, we have a great time, but like, truly, at a certain point, we are creating more problems by addressing these issues than not. If you look at the science on the issue, any company or any country that does not allow hormones or body changing until like you're whatever is considered an adult in their country, most it's 18, some it's 21, the trans mental health is so much better down the road than it is in our country right now, where we're doing these practices. We've sued for the right to do that, and it's leading to one of the highest suicide rates of all time. And I thought we were supposed to care about trans people. That's what I'm trying to do here by saying take care of this stuff. Yes, there are some people who go, I was born this way. That's the solution, but they'll figure that out post-puberty. Like, you should not say pre-puberty there's a solution that involves surgery or blocking hormones. You should look at puberty as the solution, not the problem to the solution. Like, oh no, you might not feel like you're a woman now, but wait till you get all this estrogen that's about to come in and all these hormones, you're gonna feel good. It's the doctors who allowed this to happen to a minor.
Definitely, I agree. Good little rant. And Terry Nee made 3 great points. One, dude just had a baby. 2,
his life's gonna be shitty.
Yeah, anorexia is a mental disorder. That was also said in there, and then they qualified it under that. It's literally an eating disorder. It's not a mental disorder. I mean, I guess it can fall under the blanket, if you will. But to tie it into the other things they were saying with bipolar and not bipolar, I'm sorry, what was the one they said? The one that everyone has nowadays, the borderline personality disorder, that hot one. And then Terry nailing it. Can't wait to see their Christmas card. I don't think religion's involved in anything they're doing. No. To me, Z, you got a point. Maybe the rapist is the piece of shit. Yeah, maybe the rapist is because he fucking set this off. It's almost like you shouldn't rape, and you have no idea the butterfly effect that it's going to have on somebody.
No, and he should be charged with all the murders when she eventually shoots up a school.
Listen, to me, the piece of shit is not Mosley, the person, the man, woman, whatever it is, that the mother, father of the child. It's the boyfriend. And literally, it's the boyfriend for not only coming in this thing and then causing all this pain and doing all this stuff, but also, secondfold, letting this person raise your other child. Where the fuck is the mother of that one? She wants to be dead because, like, holy crap, like, with all the madness going on, I'm not saying that people I'm not saying transgender people can't raise children. I'm not saying that at all. So I don't want to fucking hear that. There are people with their heads on their shoulders and their dick tucked in their pants, but there's no people that can really handle some shit, and I understand that 100%. But like, this person's got real mental issues, and if they're the ones helping raise a child, that's not a good place to be, because this person is just not ready for that. I am worried. I don't think this person should be allowed to have the child that they have here. But this guy is convincing this person, the supportive boyfriend, yeah, everything you're doing is right. Being now the woman or being the man, you're going to have to do the tough love, and you're going to stop trying to, first of all, you can't fuck anything better than this confused part. Stop nailing this piñata that's missing all the prizes. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Fucking just say to him, stop doing this shit. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to fuck everything up. And I can't bring you anywhere. I don't even know what bathroom we're gonna use. What the fuck? How do we get his and his and hers and his and hers and his towels?
I think what you do to get those towels is you go to your local Walmart and you buy a shotgun. Just solve the problem. End the genetic legacy.
I understand what they're saying, but also I've been dating people who say to me, "Hey, I'm on pill, I have this and that, I have tattoos that I still pull out. I have 2 kids that are adults, and I don't want any more kids." And you don't take the chance.
Mm-hmm. You can't get pregnant in your butthole.
No, as far as I know.
That's my
I'm not
pickup
a
line.
scientist. To me, no. All right, Bobby, we gotta go. All right.
Well, are you ready to discuss some basketball?
Yeah, can you quickly just plug stuff quickly? I gotta run to get a water quick.
So the first thing I would like to plug, first and foremost, you guys see it down below. It is August 8th, 9th, and 10th.
It's not down there.
It's not on the bottom below. So basically, you want to go to comicsroadhouse.com to go and buy tickets to see Pat and I perform together at Comics Mohegan Sun. It's those 3 days. A lot of people have asked, which one are you taping? We're not sure. It's going to be a plethora of all 3, but probably Saturday. If you really want to be there for the taping, it's probably going to be the late show. But come for the weekend. We're going to do some live stuff. We're going to hang. It'll be a lot of fun. It isn't just going to be us drunk doing the same thing both shows. It's going to be an actual real comedy show. Come out, be a part of something great. We'd love to see you all there. Come for the weekend. Come hang. If enough people are around, we'll do stuff together during the day too. And if enough aren't, then we'll do one live podcast, and it'll be fun regardless. But that's August 8th, 9th, and 10th. And you want to go to comicsroadhouse.com to get your tickets now. The link's available everywhere. Check my profile. Check Pat's profile. It should be available there as well. If you want to see me Monday, I'm in the city at the stand on Frantic, so come out. That should be a lot of fun. And if you don't want to see me, I get it. Pat, welcome back.
All right, I want to just be clear about one thing. Thank you for the plug, but we are recording all the shows, so we don't know which one's gonna be the album, because you kind of said we're not sure which one we're recording, and it's probably gonna be Saturday. But no, Thursday's being recorded, Friday's being recorded, and we might use bonus footage from other things too. We're doing video and audio, so who knows? So so in Saturday's being so all 4 shows are being recorded. So if you're there, you're gonna be part of the taping. You just might not be the laugh on the album if we choose a different day, but there might be video clips that we use from that show. We never know. I might do a crowd work thing on one of the shows that we use as a bonus clip or something like that. So definitely involved in that way. So comicsroadhouse.com, all 4 shows are being recorded. Yes.
And what I was saying is we may even use footage from 2 different shows or something. So you could be in the footing. All will be recorded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But just
you
I
could
want
be
to make sure they knew.
Yeah, no. I absolutely, and I thank you for clarifying that. Everything will be. And even if you don't want to be recorded, we're going to record you. We're going to come to your house. We're going to find you. We're going to threaten to fight you and then not actually fight you, because my name's Stutter John. I used to do the Howard Stern show.
I'm guessing you have one story left and we're done. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kendrick. Not Kendrick.
Jaylen.
I've been watching too much fucking black people reacting.
Not like us. Well, Kendrick's kind of Jaylen's kind of taken off like Kendrick. Now, Pat, I know you know basketball, and a decent amount of our audience doesn't. But for those of you who don't, that is Jaylen Brown. And he just won the MVP of the NBA Finals. True or false?
Oh, it's true. And he also was left off the
And so most recently, he was left off the Olympic team, even to the point where 2 other Celtics were picked ahead of him, Jason Tatum and...
Well, yeah, I mean, but they weren't originally picked. Derek White was just used as there were 2 people to bail out.
But the original 2, Jason Tatum and the other guy, right, were originally picked, and then they picked up Derek White as most recently, right? Because now
Derek White just got picked up now, yes.
So, but who were the Jason Tatum? Who was the other guy that's the member of the trio? I'm blanking.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday, that's what it was. So Drew Holiday and Jace, they were there. Then, unfortunately, Kawhi Leonard didn't make the team, or he was inconsistent in practice.
No, he definitely made the team. He left.
Team USA sent him home because he didn't do a good job at practice. It just broke that they made the move, not Kawhi, and so they needed to replace him with another player.
Allegedly, because he has come out and said that is not true. So it's a back and forth battle right now. So
Okay, but then a lot of people assumed Jaylen Brown would be the next guy up, or there were a lot of other options, Jimmy Butler, things like that. However, Team USA chose to go with Derek White. Now, a lot of people say this makes roster sense.
yeah.
Both moves make roster sense as well. What
No.
happened next, though?
Real quick, Jaylen Brown makes no sense on this team.
Okay. All right. I'm talking about Nike though, so I'm just trying to give the backstory for people real quick.
Right. Because they got the shoe in there. That's why they're saying that. But they needed Derek White. They have no defense.
Okay. Perfect. I've seen a lot of people say though that Jaylen Brown would have been a much better option for the team. They need something like that. They need somebody who's not selfish and a role player. So I was just trying to put out, like, it's not the craziest thought in the world that Jaylen Brown would have been an option for them, especially since he just won All NBA. He just won the NBA MVP. Then Jaylen Brown starts tweeting at Nike and goes, "Oh, this is how we're doing things, Nike. This is how you want to do that." Now, Jaylen's been very outspoken against Nike in the past, especially when they cut Kyrie Irving from their brand. He said things like, "I thought this was free speech," yada, yada, yada. Points out their hypocrisy of, "Oh, we do everything for the people, but they run sweatshops in China." He kind of goes on a bit of a tour. Nike runs Team USA's basketball. It's one of the biggest sponsors. One of the biggest ad revenues of the year for them is the team, or every 4 years is the Team USA. I guess every 2 years technically, because there's Olympics people don't care about every other 2 years. But Jaylen and Nike have gone back and forth. Team USA's had to come out and say Nike has no influence over who picks the team. But Jaylen certainly seems to feel like it's this way. He's implied it several times that he's got leaks that he's going to put out with proof. Who is the piece of shit in this story? Is it Team USA basketball? Like, this isn't the news we need to hear about right now. Let's hear about how cool it was to watch Steph Curry throw behind the back passes to LeBron as we beat Canada. Canada's actually surprisingly good at basketball now, so that's what we should be hearing about. But instead, we're worried about who made the team, who didn't. Is it Nike? Nike, shut the fuck up. Even if you don't like them, if assuming this is true, even if you don't like them, now you've got one of the guys who hates you the most wearing literally your fucking logo. You win. It looks good. He can't refuse to not wear it and be on the team. It could have been, people would have looked at him as the bad guy in the situation if he said no because Team Nike sponsored the team. It's truly was a no-loss situation. Is it Jaylen Brown? Go get citizenship in one of these other countries and really prove how good you are. There was a guy who did this for Puerto Rico back in the day and didn't make the Team USA basketball team, thought he should have, played for Puerto Rico because they were still independent at this point and had their own team. He gave the U.S., the dream team, the closest game they had in all of the running. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Pat, we'll throw it to you first.
It's Jaylen Brown, like 1,000,000%. He didn't make the team, and he's just fucking complaining. Like, that's all this is. Like, you didn't make the team. You weren't considered for the team. I know that people are saying that. They didn't have a list of, like, who's considered. I watched the Canada game. Canada's got legit NBA players. I didn't know Dylan Brooke was fucking Canadian, but the rest of them I knew were Canadian. But they've got a legitimate team. They're really good players. And the main eyesore of that was they didn't really have anybody that could lock anyone up at the top of the key at all. They don't. LeBron's going to play when he plays. Anthony, it's a scoring team. With Anthony, with Tatum, with all the people they've got on this team, the last thing they need is Jaylen Brown's not unselfish. Jaylen Brown's very selfish. Jaylen Brown has to hold the ball in his hand and make a lot of moves. Besides Tatum doing that, the other players in the team played around that. But like Jaylen is a guy who needs to make his own shot and do things. Derek White isn't. Derek White plays D. Derek White knows how to play with Tatum, plays with other guys like that. It's just what you need for that. Yes, maybe you want to be on the team to say it's clout. No one really gives a fuck who's on these teams anymore. People still refer to the dream team as the team. These are just every 4 years now. We're just pumping things out to see what we can do there. And we don't win all the time either. Anyway, how many Celtics do we need in the fucking team? Like, I've got 4 Villanova guys on my Knicks now. And I don't know what to fucking do with that. It's fucking weird. So it's like, how many fucking guys do you need? They're all buds or whatever. Yeah, maybe it's a Nike thing. Maybe it's a fucking Team USA thing. Maybe it's we don't want the black guy who pops off when he doesn't get what the fuck he wants thing. Because that's what this sounds like it was. Oh, you're not going to put me on your team? Maybe I should fucking leak all this shit. Yeah, I've dated you before, dude. Like, we don't need that kind of person. Oh, you don't get what you want, so now you're going to fucking go postal and nuclear? That's a really weird move. You want to make the team in a couple years? You're not old. You want to make the team in a couple years? Shut the fuck up, play harder, make it in 4 years. You're a smart young guy. You don't really need it anyway. blaming other shoe companies or whatever. Nike does not make the basketball decisions. They make the big financing decisions, because if they did, then every guy would be a Nike guy, and they're not. So there's some people that are not on the team. So it's Jaylen Brown for acting like a little bitch about a thing that literally no one's going to care about in 2 months.
My piece of shit's actually Team USA basketball. For just pick who was the 17-year-old that just popped off in the scrimmage.
He can't play with them.
But just pick him. That way, that's what people are talking about. They're not talking about any who made the team, who didn't. Let him be like, oh, we had all these other NBA guys. Jaylen Brown becomes one of many then.
Cooper Flag would be like when Christian Laettner was on the Dream Team. Like, why is it there? Just a white guy in the corner? No, they literally, without Kawhi, they have a huge defensive lapse. Like, it'd be different if they didn't have one. You know what I would like? If LeBron went down. Then I can go fun. Cooper Flag, because it's like you could go with a young kid and go whatever. I don't know if you saw there's a sports version of the Babylon Bee. I forget what they're called. They put a thing out and people bought into it and said that Jason Tatum was hurt and Bronny was taking his spot, and fucking people went insane. And it's just I feel real bad for that fucking kid to be LeBron's son, but like, yeah. Cooper Flag would be great if it was somebody like another scorer where maybe play, but it's like they're going to be fine with or without LeBron. It's great that he's there, but they don't need him. You know what I mean? So or Steph Curry, even if he went down, Anthony Edwards is going to be this guy when they need to do stuff, and people are going to play around him. He's proving that. They're all saying that they've got great players, but Derek White was there because of a defensive thing, so that's why he is there. So I get what you're saying, but it's like, you can't go with the young kid because it's just, you're wasting his time when he needs to develop more.
Very fair. I'll allow it. I just saw, I don't know if you saw this, Jalen Brunson's contract came out and he took a significant pay cut so they could add more people to the team.
You said the word you like.
Pay cut?
No, you said the end. You said the end.
Significant?
Yeah, that word too. Yeah, well, yeah, he took so did LeBron. A lot of them did this year, but they get it back in other ways.
Oh, of course, yeah, and especially if your team wins the NBA finals, like that makes your marketability. You're gonna get in commercials, like literally.
I love what the Knicks are doing this year. They are not winning the NBA finals. No. They're still not as good as Boston. Boston's a great team.
Well, maybe this was done by Boston or by the Knicks to fuck up Boston's team chemistry, and then they're the piece of shit. You know me. I always say the Knicks are pieces of shit.
The Knicks' chemistry is borderline gay as shit right now. Like, Josh Hart put out a tweet out saying, "Don't put Mikal Bridges' locker next to mine. I don't want that guy next to me," smiling, and he put a heart under it. I'm like, what is happening in this locker?
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Me either.
And on that note, don't let 4 people who used to play basketball in college be on the same pro team. If you can't beat them, join them. Or if you can't join them, beat them. Pat, what do you got to promote before we get out of here?
The Knicks, I guess. No, I'm kidding.
Let's go Knicks.
Join the podcast, a Patreon over there. We had a great Thursday Thoughts yesterday. If you missed it, go watch it. It's a real fun one. We broke down what we talked about the other day during the week. We talked about that story Bobby did at the Crown Plaza in Dallas, where a black sorority was there and they told gay people to get the fuck out because it was ruining their style. And so we went on a thing about what other groups do we think would be at a hotel that would tell other groups to get the fuck out if they showed up. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out there. Please like and subscribe. Also, share if you can as well. You're really helping us out with everything going on here. We're really appreciating all the hours watched. If you can keep us up doing that, we're very close to being monetized. We'll be back Monday at 3:30 for our shows again. So go check us out then. If you missed any shows this week, they're up on YouTube, all the shows there, or they're on the Patreon. They're easy to see either way. My album will be recorded August 8th, 9th, and 10th. One show Thursday at 8 o'clock, one show Friday at 8 o'clock, 2 shows Saturday, 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Get your tickets at comicsroadhouse.com. I also, if you're going to be in Derby, Connecticut next week, I have a fun show at Twisted Vine on the 19th downstairs. Tickets are only $10. Come check that out. Bobby.
And if you can't join them, beat them. And please don't be a piece of shit and don't kill your parents and dog.
Gets pregnant and has a baby.